What is up, everybody? It is Monday and we are back to working. We are going to be working on these systems. I've already spent this morning, it's already, oh my god, it's 1:30 already. I spent this morning already working on emails, my projects, etc. So I'm going to take a couple minutes quickly just to finish up some emails that came in since I've been working on this, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about what the whole plan with this, whiteboard and making a process and what I do to kind of figure that out. So let's get to it. Okay, so as you guys obviously saw throughout these last couple days, there was a bunch of stuff on the whiteboard which I have erased. Originally what was on there was kind of like a planning stage where I would mark down the different steps of, well, in this scenario it's different steps because I was trying to kind of develop the system first and then turn it into a, process, I guess is the best way to put it. The whole point of what this is doing is you're basically building what they call an SOP. It's a standard operating procedure. You can get very detailed with these, and some companies can have thousands of SOPs. That's why it's best to kind of just start somewhere, and even if it's very vague or very simple, just try to write down as many SOPs as you can so you can improve on them. Like I take a lot of time and I try to make things perfect before I release them, and in this case I'm only on my second SOP and it's already been like a month. And realistically I should make an SOP for everything I got going on and then kind of fix it as I need. But I use my own advice in a sense, but I don't know, here I am. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Pretty much I have all these things on sticky notes, which make it easy for me to kind of move it around as I kind of go. But pretty much a sticky note is going to say what the step of it is. If the sticky note is like this, it basically means like this is the next action. If it's like this, like a diagonal, then it basically means it's a decision, or in some cases I won't even do the diagonal, I'll just use my marker. I'm gonna go ahead and start writing up my SOP for what we've been working on, which is the budget meeting. And while I'm creating the SOP, I'll do some talking in the background, talking about the different stages and what I've done since starting this SOP to make it more efficient and more, streamlined. Also, new book just came in. Let's go. Let's get this done. So you can see that the start of our SOP starts with a big circle that says start. We draw the line from there and it goes to our agenda of the meeting. So I've created an agenda of pretty much this process, which I include in our invite link, and I explain that we are going to go into more details during our initial meeting. So I have broken it up into a lot more specifics of what the agenda is. That way the customer sees that we're well organized and we have a process in place, and it doesn't feel like we're kind of just there listening to what they have to say, but rather helping by leading them through the process of an estimate appointment, because some customers might have never even had one of these before. The second thing is personal questions. We do like to ask some personal questions to the customer that are completely not business related. This helps us with being able to get to know them a little bit better and really understand what's important to them. The next thing is material discussion. We have a quick discussion just kind of explaining how we deal with supplying material, because we have had a lot of times where customers ask us that question. And going into part 2 of the phase would be our form that we use to jot the scope of work. Now, all of this information prior to this is noted in our scope of work form. It's all on one form pretty much. So realistically, I could just send that form as the SOP. But in this section of the form, what we're going to do is jot down all the different scopes of work that they give to us while we're doing our site walk. Now, as we go through the items, if there's something that they have selected, such as kitchen countertops, well, we want to make sure that we ask the question of what type of material will that countertop be, because that will affect the price. After that, we finish off with some basic questions such as garbage disposal, furniture moving, floor protection, and stuff like that. Now, going on to step number 3, we have info gathering. This is where I will take time to go over the entire project. I will write down any information that I need to be able to write the budget, such as quantities. I'll take my measurements. Now, on top of that, I'm going to take photos of the project, as these are good things to look back on if I ever need to remember how something looks or have a question about something. I can always relate to that photo. Now, finally, step 4 would be the final meeting. Now, in this step, the main goal here is to sell the pre-construction phase, because unfortunately, we're not car salespeople where we can get them to sit inside the car and feel what it's going to be like to drive the car. We have to sell them our work. We have to sell them on the experience they're going to have working with us. And the pre-construction phase is how we line up a good construction process. So our goal now is to try to explain to them what the pre-construction phase is, why it's important, and on top of that, what we include. Now, one thing that I was thinking about adding is a brochure on the pre-construction phase. So when I leave the house, I leave them with a brochure that they can read through, which most likely will get thrown out, but I want to try it out to see how it goes. You know, makes them realize that this isn't just going to be your basic hire a contractor, get the work done, call it a day. This is a system, this is a process that they're going to go through, and it's going to be a good experience. And so this brochure idea that I had, you know, I launched up Canva just right now, and I'm kind of looking at some templates, and I might just try to dibble dabble and see if I can you know, make the brochure something cool and quick, and then just get some ordered. Alrighty, so I just spent some time working on this little brochure, maybe about like an hour or so, and this is what I've come up with. So this would be technically page 1 here on the right, and then this would be page 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6. So it's a little bit about the pre-construction phase, what's kind of included, and then also about us, and then contact and stuff like that. These images are just placeholders for right now because I still need to figure out which ones I want to put there. But you know, quick and easy little brochure I made there, and I could get them printed actually through Canva. I wonder how much they're gonna charge. 100, so it's about $1 a piece. And that's for the matte finish. If I want to do gloss, then it's extra. Uncoated. God, I need to know what the differences are. Okay, so we haven't actually ordered them yet, but the designs are done. Everything looks okay. In terms of the actual, I'm pretty happy with it. I think everything looks good. So one thing that I did get a note from my coach is that typically you want to have 8 to 12 touch points before you hand over an estimate to a customer, because that will give you enough rapport built with the customer that you'll have a better chance of actually winning the job. Now, with that being said, I want to review my touch points and kind of see how many I'm at, and maybe if I want to add a few in here, because there are some areas where I could. So I went through my list. I have 3 touch points in the starting phase, which is going to be our welcome message. The reason I put it in blue is because I need to still make that. I want to have it so whenever a lead comes in, it's like, boom, you get a welcome. Hey, what's up? We're here, we got your lead. So they don't feel like they're just kind of sitting there. Appointment confirmation. So appointment confirmations, when they book an appointment with us, they get that confirmation text message and email. Call. So this will be when I actually reach out to them after the new lead comes in. Those 3 aren't in order. Technically, app, confirmation, and call should be swapped, but that's when that would be. And then after the start, there's a reminder for the appointment that comes in before the appointment. So that's another one, so that's 4. Now, technically speaking, the whole SOP would be considered 5. And then the one thing that I want to add, which I should have wrote it in blue, is a thank you text. So after the appointment's done, I send them a thank you text. This here I'm going to switch to blue because that is something I want to add. But so far that would be 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points just before we even get home to start writing the budget up. Another idea I have is when the budget is started, aka I actually create the start creating the estimate. So just basically give them a quick text saying like, hey, your budget's in the process of being created. We'll keep you posted. Something like that. I think that's gonna be enough. I don't wanna make it annoying. I don't wanna be like in their face 24/7 with texts and emails. Okay, so as you can see, I wrote the SOP up. We have a template that we use with the assistance of ChatGPT to get that done. So the SOP is all written up now. I also have this to-do list here where I can track all the SOPs that I have currently going on, subtasks to those ones, as well as what's in process and what needs refining. Pretty much the subtasks from this go on to here. I got the budget estimate SOP written up and done, so I technically could erase all of this now and start thinking about my next SOP, which I already know what it is going to be. Also, I just realized my face is probably so zoomed in. Yes, it is. Oh my. As I was mentioning, I use this to-do list, and those are my completed tasks, and these are all small things that I need to do in relation to these finished tasks. It's basically like finishing them up, like some things like, as I mentioned about the welcome text as a touch point, that's now added in the subtasks. So because it's already pretty much the end of the day, it's 5:20 right now, I might just try to bang out some of these, and then tomorrow possibly look into setting up our next SOP. So we just finished up our first thing. I haven't tested it yet, but pretty much It's a welcome message, so the message is going to read, "Hey, first name, I wanted to quickly reach out to let you know we received your renovation request and we'll give you a call within the next 24 hours during our business hours to discuss your project. If you have any immediate questions, feel free to reply to this message or email us at our email. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you." So that will automatically get sent whenever a new lead is created, because on our CRM here, so pretty much this gets executed whenever there is a new lead created. It will send that message if a button is selected as yes, and then here it sends that message. When we're creating a new lead, there's a button here that says welcome message, and it's checkmarked by default. Now in a scenario that I uncheck it, it will not send that message because I don't know if every single time they want a message. But let's just test this other thing, because technically if I try to save when this is unchecked, say I accidentally uncheck it and I click save, boop, error. Are you sure you don't want to send a welcome message? Welcome message is false. Do you still want to proceed with saving? If I click proceed, it will save the contact, but this is basically an alert that just makes sure I don't accidentally uncheck it and never send that message. So I have that first task, or first sub-task completed. Let's go. So the next thing I'm going to do is this one here, automate lead stage if appointment booked. Now without showing anyone's information, we have these lead stages, and here is the in-person appointment booked. So technically what I'm trying to automate is that whenever I book an appointment, the lead that's here to the left would then move to this stage automatically. Alrighty. Let's see if this works. So the way that this rule is working is that when a new meeting is created and the title contains estimate appointment, then the action is updating the field of their stage, focus, to appointment booked. So technically speaking, this should automatically update their field. I couldn't specify if it's a lead or a contact. It will only make the effort because it's not that intelligent, or at least I'm not that intelligent to figure out how to do that. So I'm hoping it's not gonna like bug out if I schedule an appointment with like a already like a, not a lead but a contact, like a customer. So we'll see how that goes. What I'm gonna do, I want to test these. Maybe I'll just test these. I'll just do like a fake account. Let's do that. Okay, we're doing a test. So I went ahead, made one for me. New lead has been created. Do I get a text message? I do. Boom. Look at that. Alrighty. So the text message worked. Now let's test the appointment. So new appointment. I requested the appointment. It's loading. Still loading. Oh, it's been added. So I could see the failure. It says that the reason is related record not found to update. So I don't know why. Okay, that was actually really easy. I figured it out. I didn't have an email set for my lead, so I guess the way that it links the contact to the lead contact is through email, not phone number. So I fixed it though. Like as you can see, I am now in there. All right, we are back. It is actually the next day. I worked pretty late last night. I worked until 7:45, went to the gym, did all those things, got dinner. I did end up finishing the system yesterday. It was pretty difficult. I was having a lot of issues, but I was able to figure it out. I set up this flow. So pretty much when an appointment is booked, it fetches the appointment. Now technically, when the appointment is booked, if there's no email under the lead, it never makes an appointment in Zoho CRM because it can't link the lead to the appointment that was booked in Zoho Booking. It tries to fetch the appointment and there's no appointment, then it creates a meeting now using the information from the appointment. It basically bypasses the need of an email and creates one automatically. So then it will try to fetch it again, and then obviously it will find it because it just created it, and then it will find the lead and then it will update the lead with the address, the email, all that kind of stuff updated. So whether it's already, even if it's already there, it will automatically update it just to make sure everything is accurate. So we have quite the list ahead of us here. Start with doing some material pickups. We got to go find a match for some crown molding and some casing that we need. We need to drop off some packages that need to get returned that are related to work. We need to pick up some tile because there's an issue when it was installed by our tiler, so he needs to repair it. So we're going to pick up that tile today because it's ready. We're also going to print our permit that we need for the job in Toronto. Then we're going to drive over to our Richmond Hill job. So we're doing entrance tile at the job site in Richmond Hill, and the flooring guy wants me to lay out that area so he knows where to put the flooring. So I'm going to go do that this morning as well. So we have a very busy schedule, and I also have my coaching session today. So I'm just gonna get ready and go. Can I have a large double-double? Gotta get my morning coffee, you know? Alrighty, so we just finished up at Home Depot. Man, I hate buying trim from Home Depot, but when you're in a pinch, there's not really much else to do. I don't wanna go hunting for hours trying to find it for like a couple dollars cheaper. But for 28 linear feet of crown molding and 32 linear feet of baseboard, it costed me $242. Like, holy crap. Well, I'm gonna take a photo of this so I can keep up with my bookkeeping, and then we are gonna, I don't know, a lot of things aren't open yet. The blueprints printed now, maybe, because I think that's the next thing open. We'll see. I got the blueprints printed. Now we're gonna go to Pure Later to drop off packages. Alrighty, so packages have been dropped off. I also got gas. Now we're headed to pick up the tiles, and then after that we were driving to Richmond Hill to drop everything off and do everything we gotta do there. So it's a busy morning. Alright, tiles have successfully been picked up. It's 9:30 and it's time to head over to the job site. Okay, so we just arrived on the job site. I'm going to start getting a lot of these items done on my list, and I think the first thing is unloading all the crap in the back of my truck. So let's get that done. Okay, we're done at the site. Time to head back to the office. Also loaded up a fridge because I gotta take that out of here. Oh boy. Well, I just spent like an hour on the side of the highway with this lady because she was like leaking coolant out of her car. You can kind of see her there parked, and I like honked at her because it was like smoking really bad, and she pulled over, and I helped her get the tow truck on the way and everything. So she's being taken care of, but it's already 12 o'clock now and I gotta keep getting back home. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Wednesday. Yesterday we did our coaching session and we worked really late. I think I finished up around like 11:30 last night, and I think it was 16 hours total I worked. So we did a lot of work yesterday, and today it's been quite a busy day as well. We are currently started the morning off with an appointment, went really good. Customer wants to move forward with our pre-construction to get a garage renovated, so that's amazing news. It's actually a reoccurring customer. And then after that we did a lot of project tasks. We did some other work tasks. We worked on our system some more, automating things. It's been really good. And then I just finished editing my video, which just took about just under 2.5 hours. As you can see, I'm actually rendering the video right now, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. But what we are going to do today is work on our system. We're gonna make a new system. So obviously the last system that we did, we took the budget estimate out of it, and instead we were planning on making that its own system. Technically the next system I should be building is the budget one, but I think what I'm going to do right now is start focusing on the pre-construction one, because as I mentioned, I did that appointment today and we're entering the pre-construction phase with a new customer, and I want to try to have things buttoned in because I don't like selling someone a pre-construction phase without being able to actually provide that for them. So what I'm going to do is show you guys my process on how I'm going to go about planning the whole pre-construction phase from start to finish, and I don't even know how this is going to go, so I got to think about how I want to do this. But you guys are going to join us on the ride, so let's do it.